So hopefully tomorrow you're waking up feeling even better.
Yeah, what's really keeping me from racing tonight is the cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I should be looking at someone other than myself right now. Everybody's leaving the start pen.
Trying something different. I went with a very climbing bike setup. The Addict RC and wheels that are, they're like 3 stars per arrow, but 4 for weight. It's just that, like, all these parts where, like, arrow matters, I'm not worried. It's all the parts where weight matters. So even like
Where weight matters?
Yeah. Even like the Tron, like this setup climbs a lot faster than you. So why not? We'll see. When I get dropped on the flats at some point, we get towards the start.
I highly doubt that will happen, Ryan.
I don't know. I had to go on the road yesterday. Felt like shit the night before, like I was sick again. And not that I felt good since being sick, but like I was full on sick again. And then kind of rallied yesterday morning. But basically left the house at 5:30, went to Bend and back. Portland, then Bend, then back home, and probably spent a grand total of 2 hours outside of the car, all day. So, not exactly conducive to loosening up my bad back, and nor good nutrition decisions.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. That got down selected quickly.
Yeah.
Dropped like 20 riders straight out the gate.
Oh, that's weird. It hasn't been hard. That didn't seem like a particularly fast start.
Well, I guess I'm one of them, so.
So I don't know that I'm on this. I think we've done it twice in Sweatfest. So I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what the previous situation was on those previous ones, so I guess I could go back and look. But
Oh, there's no preems today.
Oh, I know, but in the previous races, the previous times we've done the same loop. Because I think this is the third time we're all including air 100. Are you just spectating or are you recording?
I'm recording.
Hopefully the audio doesn't work then.
What's that?
Oh, hopefully the audio doesn't work then.
It appears to be. The equalizer bar when you talk is moving, so.
I'm trying to keep my complaining about everyone else to a minimum.
Yeah, I don't think you have any reason to work today.
That's kind of my thought. Do as little as humanly possible. but to stay with the front group and let the chips fall where they may.
I'd say even if you ended up a little behind the group over the top of the hill, as long as you can catch a wheel or two and get some rolling mass back on the backside, you'll catch up with anybody that got a gap.
That was my thought in hanging on to this Arrow helmet. It's not going to do me any good between now and then.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, come on, Ben. We're watching the race here. This is great. Like, I've got James's thing here.
I'm back.
All right, there's kids watching, Ryan. No more profanity.
Yeah, right.
I did just listen to Steve Cohen and Butcher Box on podcast last night. So.
Oh, it's this climb.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this race from last year. Oh, this was brutal.
Yeah.
I don't think we did this same exact course last year, but we did do this climb.
I remember going over this climb like 3 times with, what's his name? Sebastian.
Oh, okay.
This was my best race last season.
We might have gone straight, though, at the top. Like,
yeah, I think...
This one we go up to the castle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's 2 different versions of this. And there's one where you make a turn in town, and there's one where you go straight. And if you make the turn, I think it goes up a little bit higher.
Yeah. I think that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, I agree, Ben.
You and me both, then.
Yeah, I was telling Ryan, I'm actually, my body's feeling okay, but for whatever reason, the only thing kids share is germs.
Yeah.
So my ears, nose, and throat aren't feeling like they want to put up with race pace climbing tonight.
Yeah, that's hard. Like, that's... Yeah, if you can't... Yeah. I've had, like, something like that over the weekend, and I just finally kicked it today. But it was like one of those things where I was like, yeah, I could do this, but, I need to keep it on the DI. Yeah, see, you go up this, and there's, like, kind of this rolly thing. And if you go up to the top, yeah. Yeah, that'll come back together. You just got to stick with this group. It is going to drop some of those guys off the back, though. Yeah, he's got this.
Yeah, okay, so now this is...
We got last one.
Yeah, the course we did last year, the finish line was up here just past the start pens.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a different route, but...
Yeah, it depends on whether or not you turn right here. Because if you turn left right here, it actually goes up even more.
Right.
But this, it kind of... You get a nice downhill after this.
Right, and this one's a nice steady, like 3-4%.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit you in the face like the first half of it.
Oh no, this is where it goes up higher. Okay, so I was wrong. This is where the turn is. Because this is the same second half of the climb that we did as part of
Last week.
Yeah, or 2 weeks ago.
Or 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, but this isn't too bad.
I think you're like 20 seconds behind us, Nate, because
Oh.
Ben's already to the first switchback.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm watching the YouTube thing, so maybe it's like delayed.
I'm sure it is. I have it on as low a latency as it will allow me, but still, technology, kind of cool.
Very much so. Yeah, all right. I'm going to try and get this guy settled.
Good luck. Yeah, holy Friday, you guys are sub 20 riders in this lead group already. I should pull up the Zwift power. Well, that can't be right. Zwift power isn't wanting to play nice.
Yeah, my Zwift power isn't working either, and my son keeps like hanging up the. Hey, buddy. Okay. Well, you have to get your elephant then. So you guys will appreciate this. One of the things that I do all the time is I can pick things up with my toes. Like my toes are long enough that I can like grab things with them. And my wife thinks that's super weird. But the other day my son did it. And my wife was like, "Oh my God." She's like,
grown.
yeah, it's like, and she's like, he didn't like really, it like got stuck in his toes, but like he has,
Still.
affirmatively like used his feet to like grab something. And yeah. I mean, I will do it in lieu.
I can hear her eyes rolling right now.
Yeah. I will do it in lieu of like bending over. Like if there's like a tissue on the floor or something, like I just grab it with my toes and yeah.
It's like a child for a superpower.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and my family when I was a kid like used to think it was super weird because nobody else in my family can do it, but
Oh, my mom does it. She taught me to do it. It's a thing.
okay. Well, that makes me feel less strange.
Sorry to make you feel less special.
No, I hey, believe
We
me.
might also just be weird. It's not.
Yeah.
You're not.
How you feeling after that first climb, Ryan?
Okay. What is life doing? I'm over the top
Heart rate
a bit.
Heart rate came down nicely.
Yeah. It'll probably slow each time too, so. As not fit as I am, I've found that your average, recreational Zwift racer fades more than, we might, so hopefully we'll get a little easier. Did you just take a screenshot, Joe?
What's that?
Would you just take a screenshot?
No.
Oh, it was still weird. It must have been a glitch in the matrix. right at the same time, I heard like a almost thick noise, and then like a flash went off on the screen. But this must have been coincidence and glitch in the matrix.
Yeah, Zwift Power is kind of messed up. There's like the live thing is not showing like half the riders.
Yeah,
It's got none of the A riders and only one of the B riders.
yeah.
And yeah, like a handful of C's.
Yeah.
But hey, that's more than it had last time I checked it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, last time it was just like one dude.
Yeah.
So
It's unfornicating itself.
And Nate, I went with the, I'm not worried about Arrow, I'm not worried about the flats. I'm worried about the Prime's bike setup. I have like the Addict RC and like MV 3 floors, which are like 4 stars for weight and 3 for Arrow.
yeah.
Rather than, like even the Tron is like a compromise.
Yeah.
And this, I think for me, it's the hill is in the hard part, not the rest. The rest
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Like every ounce counts.
Remind me of that when I get dropped on the ground a little bit, or on the flats. But my next bike will be a stuff from our Sweatfest in real life.
Marginal gains.
Yeah. Although the kilos are kind of coming off. Yeah, that helps. Again, out of curiosity, I brought a thermometer into the thing cave. 60 degrees officially, it's gone up a degree since I started, despite 2 fans blowing in and from the window. And then we're currently sitting at 58% humidity.
That's not too bad.
Keep it calm on the flats because I'm temporary.
Yeah.
Ryan super tucking and everybody's pedaling to keep up. That was a pretty awesome flex, Ryan.
That's the problem, though. It's the algorithm. Like, you super tuck a second too long, and somehow you'll go from faster than everybody else not pedaling to, getting gapped.
Yeah, true fact.
And then that nice little rest you have is a 700-watt spike with another one of it.
Yeah, it's like the biggest difference between in real life and Zwift is that like, and I tell this to people all the time, and like in real life racing, like you get so many more rests than you do on Zwift. Like Zwift racing is way harder.
Yeah. You're just
Yeah.
always on.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're posting whenever, everybody's slowing down for a corner. Whatever. Yeah.
Well, it's because everybody knows what everybody else is doing all the time, too. I mean, it's not just like the dynamics of the game. It's like, you're looking at the screen saying who's doing what.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, you see somebody light up orange.
Yep.
Doesn't really do that very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I I had to bite my tongue today in terms of like I looked at the listserv and I looked at Rez's like just rail the corners. I just wanted to write back. It's like, dude, there's like 8 corners in the whole race for some people. Like that's really not, like.
Yeah, for your fields, for ours, it was pretty absurd how like 3 pedal strokes before a corner.
Yeah.
To get a clean line always benefited me rather than like having to compensate for other people's shitty cornering.
Yeah.
But yeah, at his level or certainly at your level, that's not a thing.
No, that's the price of admission.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we're also like starved for crits and things like that we're not getting that cornering. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
that's true.
So like year one, every time I got gapped in the corners and had to hit it hard, I paid for it. And then even like week 1 to week 2, learning which corners I had to be on it for and which ones I could recover.
Yeah.
After, but then, last year I didn't want to go around that first. Because like the very first corner was pretty slow speed because everybody just came up the hill.
Yeah.
Right, like at least in our field. But then that second one, everybody's just coasted, and I was like, I don't want to go through that corner with these people with COVID fitness and COVID biking skills.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna take that corner on the front and see what happens. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is, I mean, that the course it's way more about like positioning than it is really about your cornering technique. Like you can suck at cornering and come through some of those turns, and it does not make any difference at all as long as you're positioned okay. Like you end up. There's what is it? The second corner, the one at the bottom of the like hill. Like
Yeah.
I almost always end up taking a really bad line through that corner because I'm in with a group, because I know like if there's a wind after that, that's where it sometimes gets a little strung out, and I don't care if I'm taking a bad line through the corner because I'm in with a group, and whereas like the first corner at the top of the hill, you're about to go down that hill, so it doesn't matter where you are in the group because the guys on the front are just going to sit up, and we're all just going to bunch up and like be spread across the road because nobody's going to want to go fast down the hill because
Everybody either wants to rest or isn't going to attack at the center.
Yeah. I mean, the corners in that race are at the least important times in the race. I think the super long straightaway is like the tactical part of that race, if there's any wind. Yeah. You're looking good, Ryan. I mean, I'm obviously 20 seconds behind, but
just made it up to the hillside village. Kind of went back to front there.
Yeah,
good job staying on the power at the top of the hill. Yeah, I bet you the anvil is one that gets burned a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's probably really regretting deploying that right now.
Yeah.
I did that once in a New York City race where I thought it was going to be like a long downhill, and it was like a short downhill into an uphill, and I was like pedaling with the anvil up the hill.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones where you're like, I swear I'm not this dumb in real life.
Yeah.
That's how you do is put a little anvil sticker on all the things at home that I shouldn't eat. Just like, nope.
Visual
Nope.
motivation.
Yeah.
And feathers on my carrots and stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
It's not a bad idea.
oh man. That would be impossible in my house.
You got this, Ryan. Keep surfing those wheels.
Hey dude, what's wrong? Okay.
That was a super steady effort, Ryan. Good job.
I think Ben cries when my heart rate gets high. It's just like an alarm.
All right, one more of those. You got this.
If I will fit, I put it right here. I'll probably drop half the buttons. Good enough.
Yes, you may. Thanks for asking.
You've dropped an impressive number of riders.
Sister, pause the movie and help you.
That's the thing, though. I feel like for me, and especially racing solo, that where I differ from Alex is I sort of don't care. Like, if this bunch was like 50 people, that's all the better for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's that many people to sag through, and like, as long as I can go faster than everyone for 20, 30 seconds, that's all that kind of matters. Like, the more the merrier.
That's the greatest irony about Alex is that like he can beat all those guys.
Only the sprint,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. And still he tries to like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean yeah.
Well, why try to beat 50 when you can try to beat 5?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like if it comes down to it, that's really the thing. It's just I don't know. Chris Dennis and I were chatting the other day, and it was like like if we could just convince Alex to like call the race for himself at like Squim or something like that, like
For him to be protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean he won't do, but at the end of the race too, there's like some latent thing inside Alex where like he still wants to win. It cracks me up because like, yeah, I've watched it so many times in Zwift races where he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go for this and I'm going to attack here and I'm going to do this. And then we get to the end of the race and he's like, I've gone for a long one and he's pulling past me like at the very end. And I'm like, I know you can win this. Like,
Yeah.
I tell him all the time, I'm like, I'm going to go for a long one because I know if I win it, great. And if I don't, I know you're going to win it. So it's not like, it's not a wasted effort for me.
Well, that's something too in a Zwift race where part of what you guys are doing, you know, whether intentional or not, is like teaching the Nate Clarks and the Wells, you know, of the world about like how to race and how to,
Yeah.
you know, set guys up and blah blah blah. But yeah, come swim.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes being a good teammate, you know, for Alex, sometimes being a good teammate is, you know, doing what you are really good at.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, be the hammer at the very end.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because last week we had a 1-2 meeting, like a Zoom meeting. And it very much was a like, well, we don't know if Kyle's going to race. So are we going to race for Kyle or are we going to race for someone else? And it's like, I was just like, look, guys, like there's half the people on this call could win a race and the other half could win a race. So like let's not, you know,
Just show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's not make it, you know, let's not make this hard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I forget, it was like on one of the Legion videos or whatever, right? Like, they had their lead out train, and then it came down to, like, Corey or Justin, and, you know, they just kind of decide who's gonna go for it at the end based on, you know, 5 laps out, who feels best.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to make those calls in the middle of the race.
Well, and it's also about, like, position, like, who's in the right position. Like, you can't, I don't know, like, I've seen it so many times that, like, your guy who you're supposed to be working for is out of position, and it's like, okay, you look back and he's not there, and it's like, well, what do I do now? And the smart racers are like, well, I just go for it, and you know, you don't try and, I mean, yeah.
I think that was referencing my podcast learnings from yesterday. Like, Team Flipbar is less like, yeah, we have guys that are better, you know, one thing or another.
Yeah.
But it tends to be just sort of next man up of like, anyone can attack, anyone can, and they're sort of built that way, like rider selection and training wise. But yeah, it's a lot of like next man up, hit them early and often.
Yeah.
So that our all-arounders are better sprinters than their sprinters by the time we get to the line.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I preach so much, like, when you're in the lower categories, you have to learn how to win. Because even if you're, like, in the upper categories and you're not the guy, you still have to know how to help the guy. And if you get in the right position, you have to know how to be the guy, you know? Like, and there's so many, I mean, so many times when I've seen people get in breaks, and it's like, you have no chance of winning from that break. Like, you know, like, you're basically... You know, you're sprinting for 4th or 5th because there are 3 guys in that break with you who are much better sprinters than you, and yet you're still. I mean, like, that's Rocky at years ago.
Right. You should just be a passenger on that train.
Yeah.
That's the case. Race in the break accordingly. You know,
Yeah.
like, don't make it stick. Don't make it work. Make that go totally along. When I was talking with Alan after last week's Sweatfest, it was like, he's put in a fair bit of work, has gotten quite a bit stronger, you know, and was basically able to, you know, stick with you guys till, you know, the hill, and even being linked in for 23rd or something. But he'll know about his lack of sprint. And it's like, dude, if you're sprinting against guys like me, you've done it wrong.
Yeah.
You just need to have a good sprint against guys like you.
Yeah.
Don't get too caught up comparing watts. You know,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah. I'm not trying to learn how to out sprint, Chris or Alex. I'm trying to learn how to out sprint Sean Phillips and Matt Hill. Because, and Strobel.
or better still, you get in that same break with, Jason. And
Yeah.
now it doesn't come down to sprint because you guys, now it's like 2-on-1-on-1 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't discount Jason's sprint. He's beat some good guys. He's a really interesting rider. Like there's times that he's not in the best shape and he kind of fades, but he and I have been kind of talking a little bit about this year and where he's at.
I'm very glad he got have a great experience on this week and landed the best.
Well, I think they just had a lot of guys who left. So
he had told me that Zidane was part of grumping at him for being up the road or whatever. And man, even if your plan is something else, it's never bad to have a body up the road. That make everyone else chase, make everyone else work.
Yeah.
Jason wins doing great. But,
well, see, this is what you get you get the, I've been reading a lot about this, the dung carrying effect, which is basically the less you know about something, the more you
think you know.
You think and I find that is so true about racing. There are people who are like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that, and I'm like, no, if you're that sure of what you should do, you're doing it wrong. Because you need to be way more into trying to read the race. And
it's funny, we were having that same conversation about faith, and religion. If you can say anything with that level of certainty, with your teeth gritted, spittle flying, and hate in your eyes, you're probably wrong.
Yeah.
More or less regardless of religion, you're probably wrong.
Yeah. No, that's so true.
The more I learn, the less I know.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point, that you only have to be sure in the moment. You don't have to be sure in the entirety. Yeah. And that's what, I don't know, that gets lost on so many people.
I'm trying to apply that more professionally, between sickness and travel and kiddo stuff and whatever. This has been an especially hard season professionally, and then also on the bike, and then you add sort of mental health to it, and I think some of those are, they're intertwined, right? If I'm riding often and getting that sort of outlet, great, I can deal with other bullshit.
Yeah.
If work is going well and I'm not getting to ride as often, that can be okay too. I've got this 2-shot pass, but when everything is sort of on the tank at the same time.
Yeah.
And man, the thing that rings true that I need to lean into is just sort of do the part that I can control and don't assume that anyone else is going to do anything. And that feels like, true bike stuff, training, work, home life, etc.
Yep.
I know even the get through stuff has been a challenge to kind of muster up motivation. And some of that is thanks to our national Adderall shortage. Some of that is just you. All right, one more time.
I'm not seeing the Brazilian on Swift Power, so if he strikes out, don't feel like you need to follow him.
Where's that? What's his name?
I missed his name, but he's Brazilian. I think he's the guy out off the front.
No, not anymore.
See, that's Jameson. Not seeing him either, but that's not saying anything since Swift Power's been funky all day. So I'd say just do what you can, man.
It's pretty sure that's the thing.
Yeah, shoot, let Tim dangle. That's fine. Whoa. Alright, up you go. One more hill. You got this, Ryan. Come on, one more kick. You got this. Damn impressive, Ryan. Good job.
Nice job. We'll get there, Mr. Ben.
Keep doing those deep breaths, Ryan.
See, every time I'm over 190, Ben starts crying.
It's the sympathetic pain.
Yeah.
My heart rate has never gone that high. No, seriously. My max heart rate's been the same since like college.
Hey guys,
Hey, Alex.
I'm driving back from swim right now.
Ah.
Thought I'd hop on and hear how the race is going.
Well,
Uh,
we're watching Ryan come down in the final. I don't know what's left, like 5K here.
So he just made it over the top with the group.
Yeah,
yep.
Nice.
he's in a group of
Like 15.
yeah. Swift Power's calling it. Yeah, well, it's kind of all over the place right now. Swift Power's a little bit off today. So
But Ryan decided he was going to bring out the climbing bike today.
I do that sometimes, just get all the benefit I can on the spots where I'm weakest.
Yeah. And really, this should be my bike for anything with a climb I'm worried about. Which is all of them.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I need to find a new mechanic. I like pedal and shift automatically in the rear. Hard to find good help that'll do it for free. But then I'm under 190.
What power up do you got, Ryan?
Era. Still.
Did you hold that the entire race?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I figured if I needed it, it was either going to be to like get reattached if I got gapped, or to punch these guys on the throat at the end.
yeah, I got a feather like on the first lap of Richmond last week and held onto it till the very end because I was
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to need this, I'm not going to need it during the race. I'm going to need it at the very end. And the other power-ups really don't matter.
Yeah, especially with the running race.
Yeah.
So like that and that. I've been getting a lot of experience points lately. Well, I'm a little jaded on
Yeah.
power ups and the idea of burning one.
Yeah.
So to do my best Alex impression and drift backwards and do less and yeah. James, can you tell, does anybody have teammates in a meaningful way where somebody
I
might
don't
get
think
up the
so.
road where
Nope.
Nope. There's 2 coalition riders, but one of them got dropped, so it's a
Yeah.
heads-up sprint.
Greg Nichols, dude, Pink Matt, Gene, Alex Martin. So Pink Coalition, Yellow, with Yellow Prom, Backwards Lift Tap,
There's Tim. Yep.
and then the Professor hat with the red kit.
Hey, Chef, I'm coming to get you.
Off the top of my
I am more
hypoxic
Okay.
head, those are the maybe Brian Wilson.
marshmallow.
Yeah, 10.3 watts.
Marshmallow.
He's a little bit.
Marshmallow.
All right, so you just got to make it through town here and sprints like on the other side.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, just looking at it, so many other people doing like 2 watts per kilo, and you're not.
I've heard it again here. Well, too.
You tell him, Ben.
Best words of encouragement I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quick sprint, right? So, what, 300 meters out? Well before you even see the green start of the segment. Because it's only like a 9-second sprint, right? That segment.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
And I was super prepping for some of the lead-in last time. Oh,
Yeah, it's a good downhill.
All right, so you're gonna go through this squiggle, and then there's a big left bend, and then a big right bend. And as you're entering that right-hand turn, that's when you're gonna hammer it.
Yep.
There goes somebody early.
How far do they have to go?
I don't know. Maybe half a K? Alright, so this is the left, Ryan. Alright, you're committed. Go, man, go.
Come on, buddy.
Keep going, keep hammering, keep hammering.
Push, push, push.
Keep on him, keep on him. You got him, keep going, keep going. All the way, all the way. 3 more seconds.
Come on.
2, 1. That's it. Nice. You got it.
Yeah.
Holy cow, you went from a lot further than I would have.
I keep going too late. So, the pendulum swings. 203. Thanks for that. It's tasty, Tim.
Spivey's gone. Yes, he is.
I like how you took the segment too. I mean, you had clean wheels when you hit the end of the segment, and you still did it in the fastest time. So,
Oh yeah, he still had like 3-4 people to pass when he started the segment.
yeah.
He did that perfectly.
He did it, Ben. You should be happy. You shouldn't be upset.
But I'm still above 190.
Yeah,